Hey everyone, thanks for joining. It's Adam here at Fairoaks. Got about a minute to go here, so we'll give people a little more time to get in, and then we'll dive in. Thanks for joining. Hey everybody, it's 2 o'clock here. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm pretty excited for this. This is our first foray into monthly trainings that we're going to be offering. I'm also excited about the content of our first training here, Microsoft 365 Copilot, some AI stuff. It's really cool what you can do with it. We've been using it here. I've been using it personally. Huge time saver in a lot of ways. You guys are on our first official, what we're calling bite-sized training. Again, this is going to be monthly training that we're going to offer. Quick, easy, 15 minutes, hopefully easy to digest. Minimal geek speak, and again, aimed at just showing you guys what's out there. Some of the tips and tricks that we're aware of that maybe you're not. The goal is really just to cover some fun stuff. Hopefully, be a little more efficient in our day-to-day with whatever we're doing. That's the goal here. So again, welcome to our first inaugural Fairoaks IT bite-sized training. And again, this one's going to be about Microsoft 365 Copilot. Just some ground rules here. Again, 15 minutes, so not too much time, but we're going to dive right in a second here. And every month you'll see a different topic. I think next month we're actually going to be talking about some tips and tricks for Microsoft Outlook, how to get the most out of that. But again, today we're going to focus on Microsoft Copilot. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And again, we've just got 15 minutes here, so I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. Microsoft Copilot is some really neat stuff. It's all AI based. Most of you probably have heard about ChatGPT, OpenAI, things like that. Microsoft Copilot for Business is Microsoft's answer to that. One of the biggest questions we get is, well, why can't I just use ChatGPT? You absolutely can. ChatGPT is great. The really nice thing about Microsoft Copilot, though, is it's integrated with Microsoft Office 365, which means that it's going to be integrated with Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Outlook, PowerPoint, you name it. It's going to be integrated into your apps that you use day to day already. And it's going to have insight and access to any files you've got in OneDrive or SharePoint. So you'll be able to ask it questions that are actually related to your business, your what you've got saved in the Microsoft environment. So yes, you can use ChatGPT for generic things, but Microsoft 365 Copilot is really ChatGPT, plus it has access to all your Microsoft environments. So it's got that added benefit. We use it every single day here at Fairoaks. The number one way we use it is with Microsoft Teams. I'm going to show you a quick demo of how that works in a second here. But first, I actually want to just go over some, we're going to dive right into some cool stuff you can do with it. So I'm going to share my screen again. Let me do that. And what we're going to dive into real quick is just an overview of the pricing. So I wanted you guys to know this is not a free service from Microsoft, unfortunately. I think it's worth it, though. Right now, you're at about $30 a month for this license, but it is adding a lot of value. So let me dive in. I'm going to show you some cool stuff you can do in Microsoft Excel first. So let's go ahead and do that. In Excel, again, Copilot's integrated. This is a sample data set that I pulled, that I created. Some random data, say this is maybe some manufacturing data about certain products that this company makes across the globe. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Copilot button here. And we're going to just start analyzing this data, all right? So let's pretend that, again, maybe I own this manufacturing company. I want to start slicing and dicing some of this data. So I've got some prompts here that I have ready to go that I've worked with before. And I'm going to ask Copilot here to create a table, and I want to have it show the average manufacturing cost by country. That's all you need to do, plain English. Hey, please create a table showing the average manufacturing cost by country. I'm going to hit enter there. Kind of like back in the day, we're chatting on AOL Instant Messenger, except we're just chatting with Microsoft Copilot. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And there we go. So it's generating the table for us. Give it a second. There's the table, exactly like we asked it in plain English. I didn't have to do a thing other than type out a sentence of what I wanted it to do. I'm going to go ahead and add this table to a new sheet. does that automatically. So really, really time-saving possibilities here with Copilot. The other thing it's going to do, for example, let me bounce back here. I've got column N here. Column N is the month number. So 1 is January, 2 is February, right, etc. I want a column here that actually says what the month is. Like I want it to say January, February, March, all right? I could go to Google. I could Google what formula do I write to do that? Maybe it would take me 10 minutes to figure out, maybe it would take me 30 minutes. Maybe I'd have to play with it a lot. Well, with Copilot, all I'm going to do there is ask it to do that. So I'm pasting that in, I'm typing that out. Hey, please add a column next to column N that shows the name of the month shown in column N. So we're just going to, again, plain English, send that off to Copilot. Give it a second to work on it. It's going to come up with the formula that we need to do what I just asked it to do. So it's going to generate. Just give it a second here. There it goes, finishing up. You'll see a couple things. It's going to tell you exactly what the formula is, which I think is super cool because I'm a nerd at heart. I like to see the formula. And then it's going to say, hey, do you want to insert the column? Well, absolutely. So I'm going to click insert column. There we go. There's now every month of the year based on the number of the month in column N. Easy peasy. It took 30 seconds. Again, huge time savers. So just imagine what else you can do with this as well. A couple more things I want to show you here. Conditional formatting in Excel. Sometimes people struggle with that. Well, I want to go here and I want to say, hey, I want to add some color scaling to column L. I want to know who the most profitable is. I want that to show green versus red. I'm going to go ahead and do that. It looks like I've actually already done it here. I was practicing for my demo, so sorry, but I'll show you still what it does. So there's the color scale. It's going to make it from a reddish pink all the way to a green based on who's the most profitable. You just click apply. That's going to apply it to the column. I already had it applied, sorry. But there it is. And now I've got my color scale on column L. Again, plain English questions, easy peasy. One more thing, you can graph with this. So I'm going to paste in another prompt I had here. Create a line chart for the last year of revenue. I want to see on a line chart what the last year of revenue was. So we're going to go ahead and send that off to to Copilot. I'm thinking of ChatGPT at the same time. Copilot's going to come back and say, hey, does this look like what you want? Well, yes, it does. That's perfect. I can go ahead and add that to a new sheet. And there we go. There's my graph. I didn't have to fumble with creating a graph manually. I can take that graph now, throw it into a PowerPoint, whatever I want to do with it. Easy peasy, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. Again, we've only got 15 minutes here. This training is meant to hit some really high-level key points. But those are some examples of some things you can do in Microsoft Excel. So let's move on to, oh, wow, the IRS. This document, this is a document about IRS Rule 4557. It's actually an IRS rule that dictates what cybersecurity protections you need in place if you're dealing with taxpayer data. Sounds really exciting, right? Not really. Let's see, well, how many pages is this document? 21 pages. Fairoaks, we offer consulting on this, so we can help people out with this, but say you wanted to figure this out on your own, well, this is the official IRS publication. I don't want to spend an hour reading through 20 pages of all this IRS government speak. I'm just going to click Ask Copilot here in Microsoft Edge, and I'm going to just type in plain English. It's nice to say please too, by the way. It actually does monitor your emotion. So please summarize this document, if I could type correctly here, for me. We're going to let that summarize the document. Oh, I might need to refresh here. I'm sorry. Let me refresh. Let that load again. Oh, reconnect. What's going on here? I was having trouble with my internet earlier today. Let's try that again. X out of that, go back to Edge. There we go. We're going to go ahead and open that file again. Nothing's perfect. You guys know that. And we'll go back to Copilot, just a moment. There we go. Perfect. Oh, no, that's the wrong account again. But you know what? We're going to move on for now because that is not doing what I wanted it to do. That is silly. We're going to circle back because I think I might have I might have actually confused it earlier when I was trying to get ready for this webinar for you with a different account that I was trying to use. See, this is why this is live. You guys need to know what might happen too, what might go wrong, right? So no problem. I'm going to get signed back in here. The thing with Copilot is you'll notice, and this is actually good that this is happening, because what's happening right here is I have an old Hotmail account that I use personally. I made it back in 1999 or something, okay? If you've got an old Hotmail account or something like that, you can use Copilot for free with an Outlook.com or a Hotmail account. You're just definitely not going to get all of these features I'm going through today. That's why we were encountering that error there, because it was trying to use my Hotmail account that I was running some testing on earlier. But I've gone and actually signed back in with my Fairoaks account now. So we're going to give this one more try. Otherwise, we're going to move on to something else. There we go. It's still using Hotmail. All right, guys, no worries. What I wanted to show you here, and I'll just talk through it. Copilot can actually go and summarize PDFs, which is really, really neat. I wish it were working, but this, such as a live webinar, it's just not going to work. That's okay. But the point is, you can actually have Copilot come in here and summarize this entire PDF. So instead of having to go through and say, all right, read 20 pages for an hour, you can summarize it, and in 30 seconds, you've got the high-level bullet points of what you wanted to know from the PDF. So sorry, we won't get to learn more about IRS 4557 right now, but we'll go ahead and move on. One of the other things I wanted to show you was with Microsoft Outlook, all right? Now, I've gone ahead and kind of prompted what I'm about to show you with this fake email from Tom. Everybody here probably knows Tom. And we're pretending that, Tom and I own a supermarket, and Tom just sent me this email saying, oh, hey, I think we should start sending or selling fruits and vegetables at our supermarket. All right. I'm the co-owner, and I don't think that's such a good idea for, whatever reason. Okay. So I'm going to go in here and I don't feel like coming up with the reasons why I think that's a bad idea. So I can actually use Copilot to draft an email back to Tom. Poor Tom. He's wanted to sell fruits and vegetables at a supermarket for so long. I'm going to say, tell Copilot, I do not want to sell fruits and vegetables in our supermarket. Please create an email that says this and lists the reasons why. We're going to go ahead and generate that email. Copilot's literally going to write this email for me. And there it is. It knows Tom's name. It's already gone through and read Tom's email to me, so it knows what to reply in the negative, right? I don't want to do this. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate your enthusiasm. It's being nice back to Tom, and it's giving Tom some reasons why we shouldn't do this. So we're going to go ahead and keep that email. And there it is. It inserts it right into Outlook. Obviously, disclaimer, you always want to read what AI generates. So I want to make sure this is a good enough email. But the point is, I didn't have to spend any time coming up with what I wanted to say. Now I can spend more time on refining what I want to say because Copilot was able to come up with it with the boilerplate. So I'm going to send that back to Tom. Tom's going to be super confused why I'm sending him an email about why I don't want to sell fruits and vegetables at our supermarket. But there's the point there that I'm trying to get across. Here's another cool thing. And man, I'm really sorry about this PDF. I wish this was working, but silly me for trying to use my personal email to figure something out there. I swear it works. But again, such as this is technology, right? Sometimes it doesn't work the way you want it to. So what I've done here is I've actually come to the Copilot dashboard or home screen. Here is actually where you can ask Copilot generic questions. So let's pretend for a moment that I own a CPA firm and I want to hire an office assistant and I need to write the job description. Well, again, I can use Copilot to be creative for me. So I've just asked Copilot here, hey, I want to write a job description for an office assistant for my CPA firm. Can you write that for me? I'm going to go ahead and send that off. And it's literally going to go out off into the internet and find great office assistant job descriptions. And it's going to write that right here for me. Now, again, I can take this and edit it, use it as it is, whatever I want to do, or I can actually talk to Copilot here. I can say, thanks. Can you make this more concise? And it's going to understand it. It's going to say, all right, well, let me shorten that up for you, right? So there it goes. It's actually making it more concise for me. So really, really cool use there as well. We've got one more minute left here. One more thing I want to show you is the power of Copilot in Microsoft Teams. I'm going to drag that over here. This is a real live Copilot summary of actually our company operations meeting we had this morning. And what Copilot has done is during the meeting, it's actually gone and summarized using AI what all the key points of the meeting are. And every one of these things is a key point in the meeting. You click here, we were talking about deploying Raspberry Pis. It'll actually talk about all the things we discussed for that topic. Very, very cool. You can also say, let's see, I want to write a summary email to my staff about this meeting. Can you do that, please? And there we go. Off to the races we go. It's going to go ahead and write a summary email that I can send to my staff. And look at that. It's even literally writing the email for me. There's the subject. Hi, team. Here's the summary of our meeting. Best regards, Adam. There's the email, right? This probably would have taken me 10, 20 minutes to do. It's taken me 30 seconds to do. Again, trust but verify. Go back in here. I can make it my own, send it off. Imagine, I mean, and I know, our 15 minutes is up here, but everything I've showed you today, you're saving 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. If you're doing these things 5 times a day, you're saving 2, 3, maybe 4 hours a day, right? Which is really important, in your job, right? You want to be able to save time. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up right here. These bite-sized trainings are meant to be short, quick, to the point. I would encourage all of you have my email address. I hope I've given you some food for thought. I want you all to, if you have any questions, shoot me an email, ask away, ask questions, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you about anything more that you've seen here. And who knows, maybe we can even get the PDF summary working that I've failed to show you here. But hopefully I got some cool points across for you. There's a lot more to this. And if you want to learn more, again, shoot me an email, give me a ring, and we can get that done. So I want to thank you all for joining our short 15-minute bite-sized trainings. They're bite-sized for a reason, nice and short. I hope at least maybe a couple of you got something out of this. I appreciate all the time that you spent with us today, and hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys later. Thanks so much.